Murky brown swill. I should improve my standards.
Peace, meine Freunde, und herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Projekt von mir und meinem Kompagnon, nämlich Crap Pong. In diesem Format werden wir uns shittige Spiele hin und her reichen und der andere muss jeweils angezockt haben, je nachdem, wie lange er es aushält. Und ja, das ist im Prinzip die ganze Mystik dahinter. Und wir sind heute dran mit Chicken Police. Ich habe da ein bisschen schon reingeguckt in die Bilder und das ist überhaupt nicht meine Art von Spielen. Aber dieses leicht crime-mäßige Schwarz-Weiß sieht schon nicht schlecht aus. Also mal gucken. Vielleicht gefällt es mir ja doch. Dann hat er nämlich verkackt. Dann wollen wir mal ein neues Spiel starten. Die Musik war ja auch nicht schlecht.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
Also witzig ist es schon mal.
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay. Ich bin mal gespannt.
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Okay. Oh Gott. Interaktion. Was ist das, Papier? Oh, erstmal
Every
Whisky.
whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range.
Kann ich gar nicht trinken, oder was?
Murky brown swill. I should improve my standards. Murky brown.
Okay. Sagt hier immer dasselbe. Alte
Books I'm
Bücher.
never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has. My wife took all the good ones. She knew they'd only gathered dust here, and she was right. My wife took...
Also zweimal fast. Bilder.
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter. Molly, where do you live now? And with whom?
With whom?
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes. It seems like a different life. Ah, it seems like a different life. Ah, my God, I'm becoming a sappy little chick.
M.B. Davis.
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz.
Oh yeah,
The
jazz.
photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
Yeah, jazz. Ich mag
He was a
jazz.
genius. Some say he's now a recluse, living on the outskirts of the city. But others say he's in an insane asylum after he chewed his own leg off.
Abgebissen hat? Das auch ein Huhn? Kann ein Huhn sich das Bein abbeißen?
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. God damn, what an embarrassing headline.
So, da sehe ich eine Eule. Wilden Herren.
The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground. If only I were half as gutsy as these guys. Maybe in another life, in another story.
Boah, geil, ich mag das. Er erzählt das alles immer so dramatisch. Yeah.
I don't
Stadt.
see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe I'm
Stadt.
just old. And while I'm clucking about nothing ever changing, everything changes. You've gone out of style, old bird. Accept it and move on.
Die Stadt ist dreckig. Verrucht. Ich will einen Whisky, aber den kann ich mir nicht nehmen. Alles ist Kacke.
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
Ja.
I can't even remember the last time I used this. Maybe I'm really gonna write that novel. If I make it to retirement alive, of course. Maybe I'm really...
Telefon. Aufheben. 0 3 2 5 0 0 5 3 nie geht jemand ran. Ich bin ganz alleine. Die Wildnis. Oh, der Traum.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not. Maybe in another lifetime. Maybe in another lifetime, old bird.
Old Bird, Schlafzimmer.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
So. Ein E. Oder. Das sieht so komisch aus, diese Menschenhände und dann dieser Kopf. Was kann ich für dich tun, Schnucki?
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
Also,
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
also. Ich kann das einfach nicht ernst nehmen, ne? Dieses Huhn mit dieser Lederjacke.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
Fräulein, Sie haben Nackenhaare. Gehen Sie
That's
sich
my
mal
job.
rasieren.
But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Naja, so fängt's doch immer in komischen Filmchen an, oder?
Well, I've gotta have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
Oh Gott. Wo führt das alles hin?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
Naja, Kodex.
So come
einfach.
on, spill it from the beginning.
Okay. Eine Rückblende. Nee, doch nicht, oder? Das war's? Haben wir jetzt getrunken?
Murky browns,
Ja, das haben wir schon.
legs that go on for days, deep dark eyes, silky skin and voice. You're in big trouble, pal.
Jo. Vernehmen, befragen.
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Ziehen Sie sich aber bitte dafür erstmal aus.
Please, that's why I'm here.
Oho. Neue Funktion, vernehmen. Konzentriert dich auf das, was du über die Verdächtigen weißt. Benimmt sich jemand verdächtig, dann sollte das dein Fokus sein. Okay, Thema John Doe. Fokus, dieser Kerl ist recht verdächtig. Darauf muss ich mich konzentrieren. Fokus verdächtig, Eindrücke verdächtig, Detektivometer. Was soll ich jetzt machen? Okay.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Wie dieses Huhn. Okay, geben wir das Ganze. Wer genau sind Sie, wenn ich fragen darf?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Okay. Wo kann ich jetzt die Frage da auswählen? Ja, ist ja gut. Detektivometer, also wir sind jetzt auf dem positiven Weg, oder was? Frage wählen, ja, ich drück doch.
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes, excuse me. I'm just a bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
Das müssen Sie mir nicht sagen, Lady.
Breaking into the apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people do it as a hobby.
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Featherland. This is hard for me as it is.
You're right. Sorry.
Haben wir jetzt verkackt, ne? Weil ich diese blöden Fragen nicht aussuchen kann. Ich weiß nicht, welche wir uns gerade... Welche Fragen... So. Hallo? Ich kann mir die Fragen nicht aussuchen, Leute. Also ich drücke hier jeden scheiß Knopf auf die... Also sag mal, das ist so. Raten Sie mir, was Ihr Sternzeichen ist, Schätzchen? Sind Sie alleine hergekommen? Ganz allein? Ah, okay, ich verstehe. Leute, ich bin einfach nur doof. Das Fragezeichen, was gerade blinkt, die Frage stelle ich dann. Sind Sie alleine hergekommen? Ganz allein? Raten Sie mir Ihr Sternzeichen, Schätzchen.
Tell me, what's your star sign, sweetheart?
My what? My star sign? I don't see how that's relevant.
I like to be unpredictable sometimes. It's an old detective thing. Just answer the question, please. You'll understand everything in time.
All right. The dancer. The answer is the dancer.
The dancer. I see. Thank you. This could be useful later on.
If you say so.
Oh yeah. Okay, das war auch nicht gut. Warum mussten Sie mich ausgerechnet heute Abend besuchen? Hören Sie bitte auf, das verängstigte Reh zu spielen. Hören Sie bitte auf, das verängstigte Reh zu spielen. Also ich würde sagen... Warum mussten Sie mich ausgerechnet heute Abend besuchen? Oder hören Sie bitte auf, das verängstigte Reh zu spielen und reden Sie Klartext. Ich möchte Sie ja... zweifelnd schüchtern. Jetzt hören Sie aber mal bitte auf.
Stop playing the frightened prey, sunshine, and start singing.
But please, I don't like this cocky behavior. Excuse the expression.
Look, maybe it's best if we act like we never met, and you gallop out of here on your pretty long legs before I get rude. I can be rude, believe it or not.
I'm very disappointed.
Happens to most people, you know.
Oh Gott. Raten Sie mir, wie oft Sie in fremde Häuser
Tell me, do
einbrechen.
you break into strangers' homes often?
But please, I've heard you're straightforward and...
Rude?
Yes,
And you're galloping away from the question, ma'am. No offense, of course.
Well, what can I say? It's a racial trait. Everybody has to be good at something.
You're right about that.
Wissen Sie überhaupt, was Sie tun? Warum besuchen Sie mich? Warum ist Ihre Arbeitgeberin nicht persönlich erschienen? Sind Sie in Clawwell geboren und aufgewachsen? Wir machen mal das erste.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Sonny, warum
Miss
da?
Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that
God.
kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Ich hoffe, das war nicht Ihre Absicht, aber spielen Sie mir etwas vor, spielen Sie etwa mit mir. Was genau haben Sie erwartet, als Sie hierher gekommen sind, um mich zu treffen? Woher haben Sie eigentlich die Adresse? Was wollen Sie von mir? Woher haben Sie die Adresse?
You know, my mistress has exceptional connections.
If they were so exceptional, she wouldn't have chosen me.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Detective. You were the head of the famous chicken police. Am I right?
Was it a raccoon with a scarred face called Zip who recommended me? He hates me.
No, Mr. Featherland. I don't know anyone like that.
Lucky for you, Deborah.
Was wollen Sie von mir? Was genau haben Sie erwartet? Ja, das hatten wir schon. Was wollen Sie? Wie ist denn eigentlich? Wird langsam, glaube ich, wieder besser, ne? Ich hoffe, das war nicht Ihre Absicht.
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help. Just like my mistress.
Well, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
And discreet.
That's right.
And thorough.
Gott.
No question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there.
Plus 5. Tun wir einfach so, als hätten Sie mich nie getroffen, okay? Denken Sie, sind für Ihre Art von Arbeit geeignet? Stecken Sie irgendwie in der Klemme? Das ist einfach zu riskant für mich. Stecken Sie irgendwie in der Klemme?
Some sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Also, fassen wir mal zusammen. Ich muss sie jetzt irgendwie zum Reden bringen. Sie kommt extra zu Mr. Featherland, dem Privatdetektiven anscheinend, und will aber jetzt nicht Klartext reden, was Sache ist. Stattdessen muss ich sie ausquetschen. Was ist das denn für ein Bullshit?
Then you're wasting my time.
Ja, aber hallo.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Jetzt irgendwie heimlich beobachtet oder was ist los?
And I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland, not really.
Diese Gestik mit der Hand und dann dieses Gesicht dazu. Alter. Guckt euch mal die Hände an. Ich komme nicht drauf klar. Haben Sie sich jemals wirklich verwundbar gefühlt? Finden Sie die Sache nicht ein bisschen verdächtig? Irgendwie schon, aber fragen wir mal
Have you ever
erst.
felt truly vulnerable?
Honestly, very often, Mr. Featherland.
Great, because that's exactly how I feel right now, Deborah.
Deborah.
I'm sorry if it's too unpleasant for you, but we had no one else to turn to.
Dann sag doch, was du möchtest, Kind.
You know, I get that a lot, and it never ends well.
Do you like happy endings?
Also ich war Happy End. Ich bin für Happy Ends. Oh yeah.
Not in books or movies, but in real life it would be nice for a change. But this is Clawville. Not many happy endings around here.
Naja, es kommt drauf an, in welches Hotel du gehst. Da gibt's bestimmt ein paar Happy Ends.
I knew you were romantic at heart.
If what's between me and my whiskey could be called romance, then yes, maybe. A little.
Das Punkte? Wieder -10. Ich könnte kotzen. Wenn Sie mir nicht die Wahrheit sagen, wozu soll das alles dann gut sein? Ja, ehrlich. Sagen Sie mir, Deborah, warum sollte ich Ihnen überhaupt glauben?
If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland,
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
My mistress. Oh Gott.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer.
Also sie ist irgendwo eingebrochen oder was? Wir haben lange genug um den heißen Brei herumgeredet, Deborah verheimlicht etwas. Keine Frage, konzentrieren wir uns drauf.
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
exactly.
Der Kingpin?
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Vernehmungsrang. Schlechter Kopf. Oh Gott. Okay. Also das ist überhaupt nicht mein Spiel. Viel zu viel Blabla. Und ja, also nicht schlecht. Lichtschalter. Ich kann das Licht anmachen? Ach. Können wir jetzt uns mal die Bilder angucken? Ach, das ist ein Biber, der sich das Bein abgebissen hat. Und kein Huhn. Na.
My bedroom.
Eine tolle Show.
Nothing interesting in there.
Schade. Okay. Was soll ich jetzt machen? Das Notizbuch. Derzeitige Gefährte von Natascha, der Auftragsgeberin, ist der berüchtigte Gangster Eden Wessler. Okay.
I don't even know where the key is. Legs that go on for days.
Das hatten wir schon.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
Das Inventar. Hier sammelst du alle wichtigen Gegenstände des Falls. I know Molly very well, please. This when deciding whatever or not to accept my... Alter, ich kann das ja überhaupt
I
nicht
know
lesen.
Molly very well.
Danke.
Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
N? Sie hat das N-Wort gesagt.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack.
Meins aber auch,
Reality
Mann.
tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland?
Bitte.
Santino, are you all right?
Santino? Ich dachte, ich bin Sonny.
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve.
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Okay, also an dieser Stelle mache ich Schluss. Ich krieg's nicht mehr hin. Das Spiel fängt an, mich zu langweilen. Es ist echt cool gemacht. Ist bestimmt für den einen oder anderen was, aber nicht für mich. So. Das nächste Spiel, was mein Kompagnon anzocken wird, ist I Am Bread. Wir gucken mal, wie er sich dabei schlägt, wie lange er es aushalten kann, ein Stück Brot zu spielen. Und ich hoffe jetzt, die Folge hat euch gefallen. Ich hoffe, das neue Format gefällt euch. Und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin, Peace!